telling everybody about how to prepare for the inevitable pandemic that will devastate this country, okay? Of course, first on the list would be the LDS Church is sponsoring immunization clinics, as they call them. They're turning their LDS stake centers and ward houses into membership roles. Everybody wants to be vaccinated, but they're going into such things as stockpiling food and fuel, because they're saying that when this hits and martial law is declared, there'll be at least 3 to 4 months where there won't be any food available nor fuel. Let's pray that it doesn't happen. But all the facts and the evidence is overwhelming, as you know. So,
if I could just ask a question, Dr. You know what amazes me is that when they make these proclamations that the bird flu pandemic is coming, don't any of these people raise their hand and say, "How do you know it's coming?"
Well, they're the sheeple. I mean, especially here in Utah, if they're LDS church official or stake president or whatever, or a general authority says it, it's gospel. Nobody questions it. Just, okay, yes, sir, let's get going. It has to do, the 1918 pandemic that they always use as a scare tactic, you have to understand that came from tainted vaccine back in 1916. That's how it happened then. That's the only way it's going to happen again now, and that is what everybody has to understand.
Yeah, in fact, we know that program came out of a biological weapons program that started at the time of Teddy Roosevelt. We know that I actually went over the gene sequences with Henry Nyman 2 years ago of Recombinomics, that it is the absolute recombination of a human WSN33, the oldest strain in our data bank, and the Iowa pig flu, and that there were lethal genes. Those same lethal gene sequences showed up after not being there in 1971 at the University of Edinburgh World Health Organization Gene Sequencing Lab. They showed up in 1997 in Asia over a number of places like Xinjiang and Qinghai Game Reserve, and these lethal genes were the same lethal gene sequences in 1918 with some new ones, including a polybasic amino acid sequence that allows it to grow in any tissue in the body of any mammal, and it has an NS1 gene deletion of 4 amino acids that allows it to completely bypass the immune system alarm activation system to prevent even primary infection. So this is 30 times more lethal than the 1918 human-pig hybrid flu, and it's been specifically engineered to be the next virus X to slay mankind. They've estimated that 1/3 of mankind could be infected if this thing gets out, and 50% of those infected will die worldwide.
And I just want to mention that everybody needs to go to youtube.com and type in bird flu hoax and see Dr. Ott's outstanding DVD that he did about this subject, and tell everybody you know to take a look at it, because what we have to do is just say no.
Yeah, exactly, because they're trying to turn people into the test tubes. This virus could be stopped cold. We have the Aeroclave system with Dr. Gordon Peterson that can clear an aircraft. We have biohazards. We have ways of public health safety that can stop this thing cold. They don't want to stop it. They know that this is a much cleaner, more effective way that won't destroy buildings, that can clean out a good chunk of the human population and establish a chipped population. And all these civil detention camps, by the way, they're building, are not for illegal aliens. They're quarantine camps. These camps are building all across America and Canada and elsewhere. They're camps to quarantine those that refuse to be vaccinated or are dissidents fighting against them because they will not take the shots.
This is not opinion on your part or mine. This is the only silver product on the market that right now has got 55 full-blown studies, and the 2 new studies that are peer-reviewed and published in a medical journal are on the H5N1, the H1, and the H3, which, by the way, as we talked the last time I was on the show, on the FDA website, they admit that this year's flu vaccine has got the H1 pathogen in it, which is the high-bred pig flu, and they also put in the H3N2, which is the avian flu virus that definitely caused the 1918 pandemic.
And this new DNA vaccine that they have been already giving our reserves starting 2 weeks ago, they're now planning on also injecting the county sheriffs. If you don't get yourself ready for a very probable pandemic, not possible, that could now occur in the next 6 to 9 months, you better beware, because this will kill it. If you take it regularly, the super silver, it's going to prevent a primary infection, and most people that are carriers can carry it 8 to 9 days before they even get sick, and may not even have respiratory symptoms. They can spike a fever because it's like the 1918 flu, like Ebola on steroids, and you can have a fever, seizure, and drop dead, literally, without even coughing once.
Well, it is vital people understand that there is a tool that they can use. It's called Super Silver, and we will have the CD for you that you can make copies of and send out of Dr. Gordon Pedersen talking about all this. Something is in the wind. Okay, not only the financial collapse, but there is all sorts of articles out there being published that something's brewing out there. This isn't about selling product. This is about having something in your arsenal for your family.
Yeah, it's about preserving civilization.
All right, that was a good shoot. You're not still shooting me, are you? I'm sure this will be edited out. You need to go put your camera away and help the old man carry this shit in the house. That's the end of the story. GreyBeard has spoken.